Well, hello everyone. Name's Mr. Brenden Warfield, and I'm going to be talking to you all about the beauty of outer space and how it looks. I've always been very passionate about outer space since I was a little kid. I was basically in third grade at the time, and I was just learning more about how planets and stuff are formed and how well it is when you look at it through a telescope in the sky. It makes you want to be an astronaut if you consider thinking about it. So according to everyone's surveys, it seems like about 60% of you are aware of what goes on in outer space. The rest of you are not, which is totally fine, by the way. I don't expect everyone to know the beauty and sciences behind outer space and how it was created. But I wanted to share this with you all because I'm very passionate about this, and I've always found this very fun for me. Like even when I look at cartoons and when I watch the cartoons and battles and stuff that superheroes and supervillains go at it, it's just wonderful. And they usually have like spaceship battles in outer space, and they defeat the monsters at the end. So what I wanted to talk to you about today was about planet Mars, to be more specific. So here I have today the top of planet Mars and how it looks like it's connected to Earth almost. I wanted to talk about this because planet Mars seems like a red planet that is worth traveling to one day if you consider thinking about it. If we ever bump into an Earth emergency, there would be an extra planet to go next door to, which I think works out really well. So what I have here is Mars, the top of Mars and planet Earth connected. Well, not exactly connected, but they're right next to each other, as you can see near the sun. See, right here I have NASA plans to travel to Mars because people on NASA.gov are actually making plans to someday make a travel to Mars. And right here I have a little bit of an eclipse of Mars right here. The sun shines on Mars from right here. I do these kinds of things because I have a very strong passion of becoming a space adventurer. So I wanted to talk to you all today about how possible it is to travel to a planet like Mars. So what I have here in slide 1, well, this slide right here to be more exact. Well, no, the other part was the top of Mars. But this one right here, as you can see, it's right here, Earth. They're kind of like neighbors, if you ask me. Mars and Earth are kind of like neighbors. I'm showing this because I would like everyone to interpret the idea of Mars and how it could be helpful for outer space traveling for us all. About every couple of years, a chance of traveling to planet Mars gets stronger. I really think this would possibly work out because Mars is right next door from Earth, and it shouldn't be too far ahead when you travel in a ship. So here in slide 2, I have NASA planning to travel to Mars, even though they're planets, and you would normally think that planets are light years apart. Mars is actually a lot closer to Earth than I anticipated. Correct. Jump room to planet Mars, secrets revealed. And right here I picked a really powerful, almost like an art design planet of Mars. But I'm really passionate about looking at a red planet like Mars because it's another Roman name of the gods. Right here, as you can see right here. I find this very beautiful because if you can just look at the glowing energy that's swirling around the planet, as you can see, and it's actually very easy to see through a telescope too. Most likely because of how bright the planet is. And right here you can see, as my point from earlier, humans being on Mars, this astronaut man right here is traveling and walking around planet Mars because he's testing out the background. He's testing out the feeling of where you're walking and how it could be possible to somehow create a spacing for you to be if you ever you ever in a couple of years bump into a really harsh situation on planet Earth, that you could make a plan to travel to the next door planet. It's almost like going over to your next door neighbor's house if you, I don't know, if you have a bad fight at home, or if you have a fire going on and you don't know what the heck to do, you have a very trusted neighbor to go next door. That's kind of like that between Earth and Mars. Right here, as I was talking about, this astronaut man is walking around, trying to feel around for any spots that may be considered worth walking around and traveling to. So, in conclusion here, what I have here today, basically what I'm trying to make sure you all get is basically what I'm trying to make sure you all interpret the idea of how Mars works around space, and what NASA is trying to inform the government on possible life changes that may be in store for Earth, or something that may be happening on planet Earth. Planet Mars is the next door house to go to. And what I want to really make sure everyone gets is that these planets right here are definitely beautifully formed around the universe skies. The universe skies has a bunch of planets right here, but I like Mars a lot because it just has that really good, decent, shining, bright red color. Maybe it's because red's one of my favorite colors, but because Mars is so close to planet Earth, Venus is too, but I really like planet Mars because Mars just has that. I mean, look at this background right here that I have right here. I mean, you can just literally see the image right here. You just see the wonderful image of how it's just thrown out. So that's what I wanted to make sure you all understood today, based on how this planet looks. You're traveling to a next door planet to stay safe because, as everyone knows, humans are obviously very important in this world, just like animals or any other living creature. So we want to make sure that we all stay as safe as possible, even during the midst of the most horrible storms that may have entered this world. So that's what I wanted to make sure you all interpret today, and how planet Mars could actually be, you could maybe say, a hero or a savior, or just the next door buddy next to planet Earth. And that's all I wanted to bring to you all today. Thank you very much for your time.